What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I've been getting a lot of requests to make an add-ons video for what add-ons you guys are going to want to be using in Classic WoW Season of Discovery. It's coming out in 2 days, so this is my list of add-ons that I think would benefit every player, new or advanced. So without further ado, guys, let's dive in. Alright guys, so the first add-on that I want to show you guys is Minimap Button. And what that is basically an add-on that will keep track of all the add-ons you have installed. It's going to be this little button right here that you can kind of drag around the screen. You can put it anywhere that you want, and it really helps to reduce the clutter. It keeps all your add-ons organized, and basically when you have all these add-ons installed, imagine if I had all of these add-ons and I didn't have Minimap Button. All of these add-ons would be scattered in little circles overlapping each other around my minimap. So Minimap Button is just a great way to keep your add-ons organized. And I'm telling you guys this as the first add-on so that you can install this first, so that every add-on that we install going forward will stay organized and in a nice spot. To move this around, you're just going to hold in your middle mouse button, which is your mouse wheel. You're going to click on there and just hold it in, and you can drag it around anywhere. And then when you want to place it somewhere, you just let go, and then you just left click it to open up the folder where all of your Minimap add-on buttons are stored. In my opinion, this add-on is an absolute must. It keeps everything nice and clean and not looking cluttered around your minimap. So for the next add-on I want to talk to you guys about is going to be Auctionator. Auctionator is a great add-on, and I think it's absolutely essential for a fresh Classic WoW. When you visit an auction house and speak to an auctioneer, you're going to see these new tabs: Shopping, Selling, Canceling, and Auctionator. In the Auctionator tab, you can run a full scan of the auction house. It will scan every single item on the auction house, and then when you're out questing in the world and you pick up items, all you have to do is hover over them and it will give you the price on the auction house. So you're like, okay, I just looted this belt. It's worth 138 gold. This is awesome. So that's one great function of that. For selling items, it's even easier. When you want to sell an item on the auction house, you're going to go to the Selling tab, and you're basically going to either select the item from your bags right here. Like if I wanted to sell this fell cloth, I would just click on it. It would scan the auction house, and this is the price that it would sell at, and you would just hit post. Now, if you're selling something that's in a stack of items, like let's just say Ironwood Seed, for example, I have 2 stacks of this in my bags, so you can see here that it's going to sell 2 stacks of 20, and you would just hit post, and it would post both stacks. But if you wanted to change that, and you maybe wanted to do 4 stacks of 10, you would just change those numbers. So now you're selling 4 stacks of 10, it will automatically post 4 different stacks of 10 of those for you. It's honestly one of the best add-ons you can use. In the Shopping tab here, let's say you're looking for Devilsaur pieces, you can just search Devilsaur and hit enter or hit search up here, and it's going to come up with everything with Devilsaur in the name. It makes it a lot easier to sort through things. Or if you're trying to buy like stacks of cloth, right? Let's say we want to buy wool cloth and we don't want to scroll through a million different auctions for one piece of wool cloth. You're going to hit that and hit search, and then you can just click load more results at the bottom. And this is going to give us the results for every single piece of wool cloth on the server. You click into it, and now you can see you can buy 1 stack of 2 for 12 silver, 11 stacks of 20 for 1 gold, 30 silver each. And if you wanted to buy, let's say 3 stacks of these, you would just select that, hit buy, and then just hit buy stack, buy stack, buy stack. Now you bought 3 stacks of wool cloth for 1 gold, 33 silver. It really does make shopping and selling much easier. So now let's say we wanted to sell that fell cloth from earlier. We can go back to the Selling tab, and you can just drag and drop it in here or click it in here, and we're going to list it, right? So now we hit post, it's listed. If we go to our Canceling tab, a couple things here. We can see the total amount for all the items that we have for sale on the auction house, and then we can actually cancel them from here by just clicking on it. So I just clicked on it and canceled the auction. One good feature of that is, let's say we wanted to list these mana potions. So let's list those on the auction house. So now if we go to our Canceling tab, we see that they're listed. We have a total on sale for 8 gold. If you want to scan to make sure you weren't undercut, you can run an undercut scan by clicking this button here. And what this will do is we'll scan all of the auctions with that name and tell you if you've been undercut price-wise. If you've been undercut, it will say yes here. Obviously, I just posted this, so we haven't been undercut yet. But if you have been undercut and you have, let's say, 20 auctions, and you say yes, 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 yes here, all you have to do is click cancel undercut. and it will cancel all of the auctions that you've been undercut on, and then you can run to your mailbox, pick them up, and relist them. The next add-on you guys absolutely need, it's super essential for leveling in Classic WoW, is going to be Questy. Now, Questy is basically an add-on that will show all available quests to you on your map. So let's say I picked up these quests in Burning Steppes, which I'm actually currently on my Classic Era Druid. If I look at my map and I go to Burning Steppes right here, you can actually see all these icons on the map. This is where the quests are, right? It's telling me I have to go here to slay these Firegut Ogre mages and the Firegut Ogres. And these little bag icons are something you would need to loot for a quest. And aside from that, it will show you pathing routes for quest givers that are walking around the city. So like this quest giver right here, Crier Goodman, walks around Stormwind in this exact path. So it's showing us we can pick up these quests if we walk this path and find this NPC. Other than that, you can actually look at places on the map and take a look at all the quests that are scattered around. If you hold shift down while over the quest, it will actually tell you the rewards for the quest as well. So this quest right here will give us 200 XP and 12 silver. This quest right here, it's going to show us all three of them because the Crier Goodman has 3 quests on him. We'll get 1500 XP, 90 silver, 45 XP, 2 silver, 550 XP, 33 silver. And then we have this quest here, Assisting Archdruid Staghelm. That will give us 45 XP and 2 silver. Now, Questy is great from level 1 simply because it's going to make questing a lot more streamlined for you. Let's say you're playing a human and you start off in Northshire Abbey, which is up here. It's going to show you all the quests available to you and then show you exactly where to go to complete those quests. The next add-on I want you guys to take a look at is Sexy Map. That is this map up here. You're probably wondering, why does your map look so different? You don't have the standard circle with the minus and plus signs to zoom in and out. Well, on Sexy Map, we can scroll in and scroll out to zoom our mini map, and we have tons of different styles that we can choose from. We could just head on over to our options, click add-ons at the top, and then click on Sexy Map right here, and then these are all different presets. If we change the preset, it's going to change what our map looks like. Here's the parchment one that kind of looks like a quest frame, but my favorite personally for leveling in Classic is the faded square. I just think this looks really clean and nice. But there's tons of cool ones, and there's constantly new ones coming with updates. You can really kind of trick out your map and make it look cool. Like this space one right here is also really cool. We have shamanism. That one's really awesome. If you're playing a shaman, you can really kind of get immersed even in your mini map there. We have clouds. So there's a lot of really cool options when it comes to changing your mini map. And obviously it will let you change the size of it. The zoom out, you can lock it, and there's plenty of stuff you can do here. And then you can save a profile and then open up this profile on any of your alts so that you can pretty much have the same mini map for every character you're playing. This next add-on is absolutely essential, especially for newer players. More advanced players won't really need this, but I still use it and I've been playing the game for a really long time. This add-on is called Pawn, P-A-W-N. This add-on is going to show you when an item is an upgrade. Now, it's not perfect, but for the most part, it will work, especially for new players. So if we look at my belt, I have the Shadowcraft belt equipped. It's 9 strength, 14 agility, 10 stamina, 9 spirit. And if we look in my bags, I have the belt of preserved heads. This belt is clearly better, 14 strength, 15 agility, 11 stamina, and 1% chance to hit. It's actually going to show us a percentage upgrade for each spec. Feral damage spec, it's going to be a 46% upgrade, and feral tank spec, it's going to be an 18% upgrade, so then we can just equip it, and we know that that is a better belt. Now, a lot of you are probably sitting there wondering, like, how does your UI look so clean, but it's still the default UI? Well, that's going to be Leatrix Plus. This add-on I think is going to be absolutely essential for anyone that wants to do things like raise your max camera distance, disable the screen glow effect, disable screen effects, set your weather density, disable loot warnings, faster auto loot, faster movie skip, not really going to need this in Classic that much, disable bag automation. There's tons of different things you can do with Leatrix Plus, and that's actually how I'm getting rid of the griffins on the side of my action bar at the bottom here. You can do so many things. You can enhance your quest log, you can enhance the tooltips, enhance your minimap, enhance professions, enhance trainers. spammers. There are literally so many different things here. Hide error messages is a great one if you're playing a rogue, so that you don't constantly see not enough energy in the middle of your screen when you're spamming Sinister Strike, things like that. You can hide macro text, you can hide keybind text. All you have to do is select the option and then reload the UI down here. There are tons of different things you can do with Leatrix Plus, like sell all your junk automatically, repair automatically when you talk to a vendor, accept resurrections automatically, accept summons automatically, automate your quests, release your spirit in PvP on death, so you don't even have to click it. There's just tons of quality of life enhancements from Leatrix Plus, so I think this is one that everyone needs. Another amazing add-on that I think might actually be really useful in Season of Discovery is going to be Nova World Buffs. So this add-on basically tracks world buffs and tracks when they're going to reset. It tracks the buffs that you have on each of your characters across multiple realms, which is really cool. And as you guys know, we're going to be getting the Black Fathom and Ashenvale buffs that are going to be considered world buffs at level 25. So this is going to be a nice way to see when the Ashenvale buff is going out or which characters you have that already have the buff. It's just a nice way to track these things. It's also going to track what layer you're on. And on launch, we're going to have a lot of layers. I have a feeling it's going to be like hardcore, right? So we're going to have 10 plus layers on each realm, and it's going to help you by identifying which layer you're on in case something is happening on a layer that you want to jump to. Another absolutely essential add-on is going to be the LFG bulletin board. Basically what the LFG bulletin board is a dungeon finder bulletin board. It's going to take everything from the looking for group and trade chats and pop it right here so that you can see it. It's going to stay there in case the chat's moving really fast, which it might be on a classic fresh. You can actually see all the groups forming and really just whisper these people by left clicking on their name right there, and then as you can see, you can whisper them here. It's really nice, and you can actually edit the filter so you can only see specific dungeons. Let's say you're level 30 and you don't want to see anything past level 30 popping up here. All you're going to do is right click on the minimap button for it. You're going to click filter, and now you can see we go to the vanilla filter and all of these are selected. If I unselect all of them and I just want to see these low level dungeons, we can do that right here. We'll go all the way up to Zul'Farrak, and then we'll hit OK, and now we open the LFG bulletin board, and it's only going to show us those dungeons. I think the LFG bulletin board makes forming groups and finding people to run dungeons with a lot easier. They do not need the add-on for this to work. All that it's really doing is pulling the posts from looking for group or trade chat down here and then posting them here so that you can see them. And they're actually going to stay here for longer than they would if they were in the chat. You know, when they're in the chat and the chat is scrolling really fast, it's kind of really hard to find a group. So this makes it a lot easier. So these last two add-ons that I think you guys absolutely need are going to be details to show DPS, healing done, threat, all of those good things, and weapon swing timer, which will be really useful on anyone that's not a caster. I mean, it still will be useful on a caster because you can see your target's weapon swing when they're about to swing at you, but it really is useful for melee DPS, especially hunters, range DPS, anyone that's dealing physical damage with auto attacks. So I'll show you how it works. We're going to run in and just start auto attacking this Defias inmate. This blue bar down here indicates our main hand swing, and this red bar indicates the Defias inmate, our target's main hand swing. Now with weapon swing timer, you can head on over to your add-ons and hit this little sign right here, the drop down, and we can honestly mess with everything in here. You can change the color of it. So let's say we wanted to change the color of our bar to orange since we're a druid, and we wanted to get rid of the text and just have a static bar there, and maybe we want to make it a little bit shorter so it's not as long. We're going to change the width of both the target and our bar. We're going to turn the text off, and we're going to have our target's bar be bright red still. And now let's see what it looks like. We're going to run up to this prisoner, and we're going to start auto attacking. This is now our main hand bar. This is the Defias prisoner's auto attack bar, and this is how it's going to look. Now, the other add-on that I wanted to combine with this one right here is going to be details. As you can see here, it's going to track all the abilities we're using and give us our damage per second. It's going to track everyone in your raid or group so that you can see everyone's DPS and you can actually see all of the spells that they're casting. So if we hop out of cat form and moonfire right here and then cast a wrath on this prisoner, go bear form and just start auto attacking, it's going to track all of those things from the last time we entered combat. So pretty much at the end of this, let's take these guys down, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can analyze this data to improve your own performance and see what other people in your raid are also doing. If you click into your name or anyone in your party, we're by ourselves right now, so that's why we don't see anyone else. you can actually see how many times you casted ability, how much percent damage was done from that ability, right? So 57% of my damage was my melee auto attacks, 15% was maul, 10% was claw, 6% was wrath, and so on and so forth. It shows you the targets that you casted these abilities on, and it's really useful because when you're in a party or raid, they will all show up on the side here, and you can see everything that everyone's doing. Now, if you want to track healing done, you would just go to this little sword icon right here, just hover over it, and these are all of the different things you can track. You can track your DPS, just straight up damage done, damage taken if you're a tank and you want to see, you know, what's going on, who's taking damage, friendly fire, kills, and then you can do healing done, heals per second, overhealing, healing taken, damage prevented, healing absorbed. There's tons of awesome things in here. You can see deaths. So let's say you get a wipe in a raid or a dungeon and you want to see how people died. You would select deaths and then you would see all the deaths here and you'd be able to click into it and kind of see, you know, how everyone died. Buff uptime, interrupts. You know, if you're struggling and people aren't interrupting things that need to be interrupted on bosses, you could check that here. And then one of the most important parts of this is that you can also check everyone's threat with tiny threat. So basically, if you want to turn this into a threat meter as well, you're going to go to the little cog wheel right here, scroll up to plugins and click tiny threat. Now this is going to change the window into a threat window so you can see and make sure you don't pull aggro off your tanks. Another great feature here though is you can have as many of these windows open as you want. We can go to the cog wheel, click window control, create a new window, and then change this one to, let's say, DPS. And then you can take this, change the size of it by dragging the corners, and then we can kind of bind it to that first one so these two will stay next to each other. If you see the little numbers pop up and the little string, you've now connected them, and then you can lock these by hitting the bottom right where it says lock. So now when we go into combat, it's going to show us our DPS and our threat meter. Obviously, we're top on threat right here because we're the only person attacking this Defias captive. But these two right here, just for DPS and tiny threat alone, this is going to make this extremely worth it in the Black Fathom Deeps raid at level 25 and all raids going forward. Alright guys, so there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. And if you want to hang out with me live, I do stream on Twitch Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time at twitch.tv/hammerdance. There'll be a link to that in the description below this video. And if you want to join our awesome Discord community, it's been growing at such a rapid rate over the past few weeks. We have some awesome launch day events planned. We're going to be rushing to be the first guild created on our server, which is going to be East Coast PvP, and I'm pretty sure we're going to do it. So if that's something that interests you and you want to be part of the launch day event, head on over to the Discord, or if you just want to meet some like-minded people who are all super excited and enthusiastic and passionate about this game, just head on over to the Discord. We have a good time all day. There's always people chatting. We're a lot of fun, and we will welcome you with open arms. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for you today, so thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.